Hello there and welcome to another video. Now tonight we're going to be taking a look at some more of my Blu Ray collection, so I hope you enjoy it. So here we'll go with the first one, and the first one is this, which is a good old-fashioned Orgy. Now this is a very good comedy film, and once again it's very underrated. It stars Jason Sudeikis or however you pronounce that. And he plays a very good part in the film. He does a very good performance in the film, and the film has some very good scenes. It has some hilarious standout moments. One scene involving where Jason Sudeikis is having it off with somebody at the orgy, and his foot goes in a cramp. I was in stitches watching that scene, I tell you. But this Blu-ray version is actually really hard to get a hold of now. I had to import this version. It was quite expensive, so you can't get this cheap, but you can still search it out on eBay or in Amazon if you want to get a hold of a copy. And here's a shot of the back cover. It's got a few stills from the movie on there. So that's a good old-fashioned Orgy. Doing this handheld, so it's kind of awkward. But next one is Nerve. Now I enjoyed this film quite a bit as well. It's about people on the internet who are daring each other to do more outrageous stunts for money, large amounts of money. And the film stars Emma Roberts and Dave Franco. And it's quite enjoyable. I wouldn't say it's the best film in the world by any means, but it's still quite a good one, and it's got a few thrills in it, plenty of action, some good eye candy with Emma Roberts if you like her. I think there's a scene where she's in her underwear running around when she's in a shop, in a department store, and she runs out onto the street, I think, and I remember her in the elevator and stuff running around the shop. But anyway, this is a good film. I'm not going to go into all the details of the plot or anything. I'm just basically showing me some of my collection here. So that's Nerve, and this is the UK Blu-ray version. Next one is Kindergarten Cop 2, starring Dolph Lundgren. Now this is a pretty good sequel, but it went straight to video, to my knowledge, straight to disc. Didn't get a cinema release, at least not in this country. I don't think it did. Might have got a release in some other countries, I'm not quite sure. But I'd still say this is a pretty good sequel to the Arnold Schwarzenegger original. And Dolph Lundgren gives a good performance in the film. There's some funny scenes and stuff. It's similar in places to the first one, obviously. But it's still quite a good film, you know. I haven't watched this Blu-ray version yet, but I did watch it on DVD. But I since sold, well, I didn't sell it, I give it away, I give that copy away. I must point out that holding this camera with the light and the camera is killing my arm. This next one is a 4-feature collection which contains Walk Hard, the Dewey Cox Story, The Brothers Solomon, Fired Up, and Balls Out. Now Fired Up's a very good film. It's a good comedy film, and so is The Brothers Solomon, which features an appearance by Lee Majors, who's probably most famous for playing the $6 Million Man, and The Fall Guy, and he plays a guy that's mostly laid up in bed in a coma in this. I think he is. Yeah, I think he's in a coma in the film for most of it, pretty much. So I wonder how much he got paid for that, for lying down for most of the film. But this is, I think these films are all on one disc as far as I remember. Oops. Oh no, they're 2 discs, sorry. 4 films spread across 2 discs, and this is a US import version. And I've still yet to watch these Blu-ray versions, but I have seen 3 of these films on DVD, I think. I forget now. I think I watched them on DVD actually. But that's that 4-feature set. And next we have 50 Shades of Black, which are, it's obviously a spoof of 50 Shades of Grey, but I haven't watched this film yet. But it doesn't get very good reviews, to be honest. But it's still probably going to be quite a good film. It can't be as bad as what the reviews say, surely. Actually, I'm going to have to stop and switch over to shooting the rest of the video the other way unless I switch hands. That's more like it. Might not be to hold the camera as steady. But anyway, this is a US import of the film, which I obviously got from online on Amazon. Well, not obviously, but it's obviously an import that I got online. So that's 50 Shades of Black. Next we have About Last Night, and this is not the Rob Lowe version. I don't even think this is connected with the Rob Lowe version, to be honest. I think it's a completely different film, but I haven't watched it yet, so I can't really say too much about it. But it looked interesting, so I decided to pick it up. And here's a shot of the back cover. If you can see that, I'm pointing to the light, not the camera. If you can see that, okay. Now the camera I'm using here has a wide angle lens, so, and I haven't got a screen to look at either, so I don't know if it's in the shot probably. This next one is Tooth Fairy 2, starring Larry the Cable Guy. Obviously this is a sequel to the Tooth Fairy starring Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. And I haven't watched this one either, but I've always liked Larry the Cable Guy ever since I watched him in Witness Protection. I know a lot of people don't like that film, but I certainly enjoyed it, with Jenny McCarthy. And there's a shot of the back cover. So that's Tooth Fairy 2, and this is a Region A US import version of the film, which, because you can't get this in the UK on Blu Ray yet. Don't know if you ever will be either. Ever will be able to, rather. Next we have My Boyfriend's Back. Now this features Matthew Fox in a small role in the film. Matthew Fox from Lost, of course, and Party of Five. I'm pretty sure he's in this film. It's a pretty good film. Also stars, what's her face? Tracy Lynn, I think she's called, who was in Fright Night Part 2. I believe she's in this as well. And this is still killing my hand. Hold it that way. Sorry if this camera's a bit unsteady, like, it's absolutely killing my arm. So that's My Boyfriend's Back on Region A Blu-ray import. Next one is Dark Angel, starring Dolph Lundgren once again. I like quite a few of Dolph Lundgren's films, if I can say it right. So I collect most of his films. He's done a lot of like lower budget films recently, which he probably gets a bit of stick about, but he still does some good ones. But he did more like big blockbuster box office hits type films back in the day, like Rocky 4 and Masters of the Universe. I don't know if that was a big hit, but it was probably more expensive than the ones he shoots these days. And that was a Canon film, I believe, Masters of the Universe, which I've also got somewhere. So that's Dark Angel, and that's a Region A American release again. Next one is The Lawnmower Man, and this is a, I think it's a German import. So the title's in German. I think that's German. If there's any Germans watching this, can you please clarify, is that title in German? I think it is though. But you can get an extended director's cut version of this film, but this isn't that version, so. But I still decided to get it because it was quite reasonably priced, and I wanted to get a hold of a copy of this film because I've always liked it. And it also features Jenny Wright, who's perhaps most famous for appearing in the vampire film Near Dark. So I've always been a fan of hers ever since Near Dark, I think. So that's probably why one of the reasons why I like this film, because she's in it. She's not in it a whole lot, and she actually retired from acting. She doesn't act anymore. She quit acting a few years ago, apparently. It's a bit sad that she did that, but never mind, that's the way it is. So that's the Lawnmower Man on German import, I think. Right, the next one is T2, Trainspotting 2. I haven't watched this one either yet. I was always a bit puzzled why it's called T2, because I thought T2 belonged to Terminator 2. Everyone knows Terminator 2 is T2, and they decided to call Trainspotting 2 T2 as well, which is a bit strange if you ask me. But anyway, that's T2 with a slipcover, UK version, Blu-ray. Also directed by Danny Boyle. And I'm going to quit at this point because my arm and my back is killing us. We're holding this heavy thing with a light on. So I'd just like to thank you very much for watching this video. And please don't forget to subscribe if you enjoy watching some of my videos on this channel. And please could you give us a thumbs up if you like the video. Obviously give us a thumbs down if you don't like it. And I really appreciate your support, everyone that's watching. It's very kind of you to take your time to watch some of my videos, because I know everyone's time is valuable. So thanks very much, and I'll see you on the next video. So bye for now, take care.